Okay, at least that button worked. So,
I, the only good thing that came out of that is we're gonna have a good gag reel.
yeah, I mean, I hope it captured it all. I don't know what to, I truly, I don't know what to make out of any of it. It says, well, here's the promising thing. It says all files were uploaded, and it's showing, it's showing like an extra 2 minutes from when we finished. So,
Here's
I think we've
hoping.
got everything. I'm gonna edit tomorrow morning, so we'll see.
Oddities. Stay strange.
Uh, Hi, Odd Fam. Welcome back to Oddities. I'm Cassie,
I'm Kelly.
and welcome back to Strange Town. As per usual, you'll find links to all of the information in the universe in our description. This includes, but is not limited to, a link to our Patreon, a link to our merch shop, our email, our social media, all of the artists that we've worked with. Um, I feel like I'm missing something.
Did you say merch?
I did.
Buy our shit. Um,
I think that,
send us listeners episodes,
yes, please.
please. We want to do 5, hopefully soon.
We don't even have enough for one, and we're already 3 months in.
And it's really sad, guys. Help us out.
Please, we'd like to hear from you. So if you
Pretty
have any stories,
please.
do be sending them our way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how's my borsty?
Here.
That was like the deadest smile I've ever seen in my life.
It actually, I need to stop smiling. I can't stop smiling because I'm with you. It hurts to smile though. Like, it actually hurts. And that's so stupid, right?
I mean, it's not. It's totally understandable. Like you had trauma to that area of your face. First of all, let's be clear. It was from her cat.
Yeah. So, in true Kelly fashion,
The truest.
your
Like,
face.
like the truest.
I need to know, how hard did you laugh?
I laughed so hard. I was just like, excuse me. I was like, there's nothing else to say. This is so you.
Um, my face was attacked by my cat this week. Yeah,
There's really no more to it than that. That's,
yeah, unprovoked. I picked her up. She turned around and attached herself to my face. I don't. You want to know more? Go to the Patreon. You want to see more? Go to the Patreon. I've got 2 black eyes, and they don't actually show up that much on the Patreon, actually. So
No, but
listen,
they're there.
it was hilarious because I had a parent-teacher conference today, and I was panicking, because that's on video, and I was like, I don't want this woman to see
Like, what am I gonna do?
the state
Yeah,
of my face. There's a lot of concealer on my face right now, so it actually still looks
it
better than what
works.
it actually looks like.
It works. It's a good concealer.
Listen, Tarte Shape Tape,
Oh, we love it.
sponsor us.
The OG. Yeah, sponsor us, please.
But I mean, it's still, there's some bluing, there's some weird coloring, and it's funny because like I have a slice in one eyebrow and a hole in the other eyebrow. That's all. But because of that, like, there's pulling into my eyes. And all of this was brought to you by a 5-pound cat.
So I'm jealous because our cats just went to the vet, and one is 14 pounds and one is 15 pounds.
Listen, she's 5 pounds. The other one is 13 pounds. So
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
she is. We lovingly call her our forever kitten. You've met this cat. She is soft like a kitten. She's tiny. She was the runt and not supposed to live, but then I intervened. Boy, do I regret that now.
What can be done?
So here we are. She's
There you have
grounded.
it.
So how's my bestie?
Your bestie's good. I I guess. I had my anatomy scan. That's all looking good. We built our tiny future legend each a Build-A-Bear, and it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them. They're adorable. Got some 3D imagery. Half of the pictures of his face are giving Voldemort. But like they're giving Voldemort when he's like that weird like baby wrapped in the towel, all weird, before they like toss him in the cauldron or whatever the fuck happens. So
Before they touch him.
exactly. Um, but he's looking nice and healthy. I'm feeling well. Surprise, surprise. Blood sugar remains most excellent.
Crisp and perfect.
Crisp and perfect. Got my hair colored this week. That was fun. It's a little redder than usual, but I like it. It's
She's
like a little
gorgeous.
spicy. That's cute. We're thriving. I will say this. I had two separate people at work this week tell me they liked my voice.
You have a really great voice.
I hate my voice. So it was like it's so nice to hear and thank you. It is so nice to hear people say that though. I was like, what a nice compliment.
Things that I love. You hate your voice and you created a podcast.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we gotta go outside of our comfort zone.
You have a great voice.
Thank you, Borsty. And so that was it was just like such an oddly satisfying compliment to receive.
I'm glad they complimented you. You
I
needed
like
that.
your voice too, by the way. I did need that. I still need a win. Well, yesterday was a win, but I could use some good solid wins right now.
Well, in less than 2 months, I will be
And
showering
we
you
get to
with
see each other.
compliments and wins of good food. I don't know where that was
We're gonna
going.
eat so much. We're gonna eat so much, and in less than 2 months, we're gonna feast the hardest. Will my blood sugar numbers be good that weekend? Highly unlikely.
Maybe though, because I'll be there, and it'll just like even
And you
itself
lower it,
out.
so I'll drink my psyllium husk powder before I eat the sushi. It'll be okay. We'll be all right.
We'll just
S- we'll be good. We'll be filled with fiber. We'll be just killing
we'll
it.
figure it out. It'll be fine.
It's fine. Oh, I'm also excited to share. So we've started like we know we've known for a while where we're going for our baby moon and like where we're staying, but we haven't started like planning out the days. So we started that a little bit this week. I'm happy to say we're doing a spa day.
I love it.
So massages, yes, they do prenatal massage, and we're getting facials. And I'm so excited for it. Corey's never experienced any of this, and he's such a king for doing this alongside me.
He's gonna
So we
love
love
it.
it. He is. He's gonna be such a spoiled princess after this.
He's gonna be a
He's gonna want
spoiled
this
little
shit all the
pig.
time. And I'll be like, yeah, you do it, pig. Let's go get you some mud wraps, you know?
Yep. Little mud bath.
Yeah, little mud bath for my pig. So, that is, gosh, we're like 6 weeks away from our trip, so that'll be cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
That
So,
that made me think about last week. I was at the chiropractor and I walked back there and I saw this woman. And I was like, I remember those days. She was very pregnant, and they had this special
mm,
pillow into which she's
hmm
able to lay on her stomach. I hope that your chiropractor can provide that for you.
oh, we've been using it. We've been using it since I knew I was pregnant.
Isn't it so nice to lay on your stomach?
It's so great. Yeah, it feels so nice, and yeah, I'm very happy that I'm doing my chiropractic care throughout like this entire
It's
pregnancy. I haven't had
amazing.
like no aches or pains so far. It's great.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Yes.
Um, and to round us out tonight, we're trying a new Mexican restaurant, so I'm
Fuck
psyched about
yeah.
that. I've got my eyes on the carne asada, so I think that's what we're rolling with tonight.
Love that. Oh god, I love some good. Oh, damn, maybe I want Mexican too.
You do, because then it's like we're having dinner together.
Yeah, see, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's cute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute for us.
I love this for us. We're
Wonderful.
adorable.
We are the cutest. So, not quite to our 13, but we're pretty damn
We're pretty
close.
there.
Should we sally forth?
I guess so.
Oh, we can keep shooting the shit. Whatever floats as your boat
No, I
says.
just, you know what makes me sad when we stop recording?
I know, a little depresso. I feel that. I have hot plans after recording to wash the dogs
Oh, I love that for you.
and shop online for my mom's birthday gifts before we go out to dinner. So
Dig that. I dig that.
love it.
But
We love to see it. I think I started last week. Would you like to start this week?
sure, I've got a spooky thing.
We're back. Are we back in Sri Lanka?
Yes, we are. We're still in the Sri Lanka.
Exciting. Okay. Very cool.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of a trigger warning on it because
Oop.
like there's
Okay.
I don't even know how to word this. Just trigger warning.
Okay. That's fine.
It's
You
disturbing
did it.
at moments. So
Disturbing.
if you're not in the mood to be disturbed, head on to Japan, where you might
Where you'll also be disturbed, but
still
it's kind of
disturbed.
actually I kind of like my topic this time around. It's like ooh spooky, but it's not like haunt your dreams.
Oh, okay. Wow,
Yeah.
what a change of pace!
What a change! I know. How
Oh
refreshing.
my
Yeah.
god, I didn't know we could do that.
I know.
Um, I'm talking about the legend of Ulama in Sri Lanka.
In Sri
Isn't
Lanka.
that fun? I feel like I have
How
a
fun to
hair
say all around.
on my eyelash. Sorry, and I
Oh
can't.
my God, be careful of your eyeball.
I know it's freaking me out.
Precious cargo.
Anyways, a long time ago, a husband and wife had a newborn, and the
Yay.
husband was suspicious of the wife and believed the baby wasn't his.
Uh-oh.
One day, while the mother was out, the husband became angry and enraged at the idea of his wife's infidelity and killed the baby.
Oh no.
This is the trigger warning. Besides the death of the baby, it gets worse.
Oh no. Okay.
He then prepared a special dinner for his wife by chopping up the baby and making a big batch of newborn curry.
This is so dark. All right.
When the wife returned home that night, the husband served her a heaping portion of the curry. She began eating it, and while she was quite happy with the meal until she found a tiny finger in it.
Oh my God.
The wife couldn't believe her own eyes, and the realization of what her husband had done hit her. Consumed with grief and horror, the wife began to scream, wailing, and she fled the home and ran into the jungle's darkness, where she transformed into the devil bird, the Ulama.
The devil bird. Ooh. Okay.
Her screams echoed through the forest at night and still echo through the forest at night, and anyone unfortunate enough to hear her is cursed to fall to misfortune and death.
Wow. Okay.
Locals claim that the devil bird looks like a type of owl and sounds like a screaming woman or young boy. It's even believed to be described as having a specific interval to the call, with a distinct sound of a rise at first and then a fall. They also say that hearing it call in the jungle at night spells death, and that even thinking of walking through the jungle where the Ulama might shriek is terrifying experience.
Wow. You know what this is giving? This is giving like a Sri Lankan banshee.
Yeah. It's also
Yeah.
reminding me of the you covered it, the witch owl. And
La Luchueza or something like
yeah,
that. Or Lechuza or something.
and
Yeah.
I've covered she was like a witch owl too, where she would
Yes.
snatch the
Yes.
children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Sri
What was
Lankan,
that one
I
called?
can't remember what that one was called.
Yeah, I'm blanking on that. Yeah.
But
Okay. But I remember this.
the Sri Lankan people aren't the only ones who have described the devil bird. Back in 1681, British sea captain Robert Knox wrote about the bird, describing it as the voice of the night. And some people proclaim the Ulama is a pseudoscientific cryptid, an old wives' tale, or a myth born from imagination, superstition, you name it. It's an urban legend.
It's an urban legend. Yeah.
But who wouldn't listen to the actual locals who live in the same jungle as the Ulama? where there's a worldwide order with followers of strict dogma that like to adorn themselves with ceremonial religious garbs such as white lab coats and plastic name badges. Sometimes these fanatics have been known to outright reject things such as evidence, you may like to call. You may have encountered in kind of forms believers who deliver sermons enlightened, and they clutch lanterns enough to force the crack in the wood. These people like to reference the Ulama and backpedal and say that it's just a strange bird and it's not a curse or anything else, but they are fake scientists.
There's like so much to unpack in that whole section. I'm still caught up on the fact that they don lab coats and plastic badges.
Right.
Like I'm like back. I'm back there still.
Is it real? It's a spot-bellied eagle owl, also known as the forest eagle owl. The locals know it as Mahala bakaluma, a large horned owl. How large, you may ask? The adults are about 2 feet tall, and a lot of birds are afraid of it, especially considering it's a predatory bird. And it shrieks like a human in distress.
Oh.
People of Sri Lanka do believe that this bird is possessed with a spirit.
I mean, like it kind of checks out. I mean, I get where they're coming from.
This bird does look terrifying.
I want to. So, can you spell it for me again?
It's a spot-bellied eagle.
Spot-bellied eagle. Okay.
Owl. That's
Eagle owl.
yeah.
Okay. Got it.
He's got.
Oh, it is a little. Oh, it is a little freaky.
I like the.
I like the little, like the brows, the little, yeah.
But I mean,
You know what this looks like? This looks like Halsey when she performed at the Victoria's Secret fashion show and she was wearing those weird eyebrow feathers.
that is spot on.
Is that not so accurate?
Oh my god. I can't look at it now.
You're welcome. Jokes aside, if I came across one of these bitches, I'd be a little spooked.
I would be very spooked. I mean, over
Like,
2 feet
these
tall.
are freaky.
That's a small
That's
child.
a big ass fucking yeah. That's a big ass owl. I'm not looking to hang out with one of those.
I mean, so yes, the bird is real. Is it possessed by
Yes.
somebody? Jury's out.
Methinks unlikely, but still cool nonetheless.
I mean, if that story really happened,
Like I would probably possess something. I mean, if I went through that, but
if my significant other did that to our child and then did that to me, I would possess something
Yeah.
and then do that to people.
sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not faulting her actions in the
absolutely
slightest.
not.
Yeah, it's just whether or not I, for me, some of this stuff is a little like chicken or the egg, right? Like, did they arrive at the story first? Did the story happen first, and then they found the bird, and they like, that's her ass,
Yeah,
or were they like, that's a freaky fucking bird, and somebody was like, I'm gonna come up with some shit to scare the shit out of people, you know?
exactly. That
It's like that's how a lot of these
I
always
would love
go.
to know that. So, I mean, it goes back as far as the 1600s.
That's some ye old owl shit.
Yeah. But there you go.
Wow.
That's the Ulama,
Wow. A good find.
the devil bird, as in other
The devil
words.
bird. That's a cool. I mean, listen, even if she's not real, at least she's got a cool street name.
I do like the street name. I'm not
The
gonna
devil
lie.
bird,
Yeah.
that's badass. Yeah, that's badass. So give it up for her. I mean, I literally don't blame her at all.
I don't.
I don't blame the other chick that you covered. I think it was last week.
Yeah. Kinduri.
Like, I mean,
hmm
yeah, yeah.
don't think-
So
I think every woman we've ever covered, we relate to.
that's girlhood right there. That's what
It's
that
being
is.
a girl's girl.
Women supporting women.
Hello.
Here we are. Well, good job, Borsty. That was an interesting
Thank
one.
you.
I like this sort of weird trend that we have with like women turning into like birds and like
I want to know why. You know what? I'm gonna figure it out.
you're gonna figure it out. I feel like it's the same type of trend as having like a woman in white. Like
Yeah,
I just feel like we
why
got
is it
this.
always the woman in white? We do need to figure that one out still.
It's a corruption of purity given,
Ew.
like that's just I'm just saying. I have nothing to do with birds. I have nothing to do with anybody chopping up their child into curry.
Thank God.
So I don't know that I necessarily have to put a disclaimer on this one. And like I said, it's like it's interesting rather than some of the really disturbing like spookala bookala Japanese shit. But we are continuing our trend of Japan. Are you okay? After this, I have one final topic.
Oh,
So
Japan.
we've almost closed out Japan for the time being. Will we revisit it sometime? Probably, because there are like pages and pages worth of shit. Because Japan,
Are you
like truly,
okay?
are you guys okay? So I'm going to talk about the Japanese ghost passengers today.
Wait, I love it.
I knew you would. So in Japan, as we've kind of established over the course of this and like other episodes in the past, spirituality, the supernatural, ghosts, like they've long been a part of folklore and history and just like a part of Japan's makeup. Like a lot of places around the world, the ghosts and spirits in particular have been used to explain like whatever seems irrational since the dawn of time. And as many who have watched a Japanese horror movie can confirm, Japanese portrayals and depictions of the supernatural have come to be considered as like very much like what the fuck. So, similar to many things in Japan, for the Japanese classification of the supernatural world is quite intricate, detailed, and it's actually like I would say pretty complicated. Sometimes there's like blurred lines. Sometimes there's clear borders between a spirit versus a ghost versus a monster, and distinctions between what kind of spirit, ghost, or monster. So we have the yokai, which are traditional monsters. So these are traditional spirits and monsters that come in various shapes, forms, and sizes. They've historically been used to explain irrational events. So, like an example would be the kappa. I covered that a long while back. It's a reptilian-like creature with a turtle shell on its back. It's got this plate-like dish on its head and it holds water, and is sometimes used to explain drawings of like children in rivers because the kappa is supposed to be like the one that pulls people underwater.
Yeah.
Then um, there's also like the Yuri, which I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but that's like your ghosts. It's the closest thing to the Western concept of a ghost. So, like the yokai, there are different types of Yuri. So, some are good, some are bad, some are physical beings, others are like just like spooky spirits, some are bound to certain places, some just like roam. The traditional Yuri, like or Yuri, I don't know. Like Western ghosts, they're spirits of the deceased who are now in a state of purgatory. They roam around freely until they can get laid to rest for one reason or another, whatever. They often arise from those who have been murdered, some who have committed suicide, those who have died very suddenly or have strong emotional desires revolving around vengeance, sorrow, hate, or even love. And usually they're encountered. Um, so in the modern and less like enchanted Japan, Yuri encounters have become less common but have not gone away. And in certain places where many have died under tragic circumstances, Yuri sightings are more common. So here in lies what I'm about to tell you about. I'm talking about the lost spirits hitching rides in taxis.
I've heard of this.
So ever since the March 2011 earthquake and tsunami that devastated northeastern Japan, in cities like Ishinomaki, where the tsunami hit, in Miyagi Prefecture, Yuri sightings have increased drastically. As Yuri have not been properly put to rest, some may not even be aware that they're even dead. They might just be like confused, they're looking for a way home, whatever. So, this is why taxi drivers in Japan have long been subject to Yuri encounters in the form of ghost passengers trying to go home or to a specific place. Um, the typical encounter between a taxi driver and a Yuri involves a driver picking somebody up, being told to take them somewhere, and when they look back or check the mirror during the ride or upon arrival, the passenger's gone.
Jeez.
Spooky. A lot of drivers have expressed difficulty as even when they speak out, not everybody believes them about this. They're like, you guys are whack. Which I gotta say, listen, if I were Japanese and I was living in Japan, knowing all the shit that Japan has going on, like the "Are you okay, Japan" shit, I wouldn't once question a taxi driver. They'd be like, "Yeah, I picked up a ghost today." I'd be like, "I fucking bet you did." Like, never once would I doubt them.
Yeah, like I
There's too
feel
much
like this.
shit going on
I
over
feel like
there.
it would be such a normal conversation. Like,
Yeah,
did you get their story?
yeah. How's the weather? Like, it's just like so.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people are doubting these poor people, but
I
anyway, just my
I would
two
be like,
cents.
"Ugh, I'm so jealous. I
Um, Contrastingly, though a lot of times they're not believed, it has almost become a norm for taxi drivers around Japan to be asked if they have ever had a ghost as a passenger. So, even though the people don't want to believe their asses, people are still asking about it. Um, so for the past what we're going on like 14 years now, for residents of Ishinomaki, the relationship between survivors and the dead has been studied by sociologists as encounters skyrocketed post earthquake. So Tohoku Gakuin University conducted a study called the Awakened Spiritual Earthquake Studies that involved interviews with more than 100 Ishinomaki taxi drivers who had had supernatural encounters. That's a lot.
yeah.
So many drivers reported picking up passengers who seemed to be wet or who were wearing winter coats in the summer, months after the disaster in the cold month of March. Most drivers report running the meter and having to pay the fee themselves due to the vanished passenger. So to me, that's interesting, right? Because there's like kind of a log of it. Because they're like, fuck, I got fooled again. I got to pay
Damn
this
it.
shit.
I got shorts.
I know. One in particular reported a chilling story about a man in winter clothing he picked up in the summer who asked to be taken to an address that had been destroyed. And so the driver asked if he was certain that that was the address, as it is now just a vacant lot, to which the passenger replied by asking, "Am I dead?"
Oh, that's.
The way I would have shit myself.
I don't know. Let me pinch you.
I don't know, touch.
What do you mean?
What do you
What do you
mean?
mean? Are you dead? What do you mean?
So an interesting trend that the researchers found when conducting all these interviews was that a lot of the drivers had a certain respect for the spirits of the deceased victims, as they refrained from using the word yurei or ghost to refer to them due to the negative connotations associated with the word.
Oh, okay.
I know. So the phenomenon of taxi drivers giving free rides to yuri is so common and well known across Japan that a taxi company called Sanwa Kotsu started a taxi haunted spot pilgrimage tour as of 2015 that is offered each summer. In 2021, they offered 35 tours of Yokohama, Tama, Tokyo, and Fujimino. Even amidst the pandemic, there were 644 people signing up for it, which is crazy. Um, and so on the tour, Sanwa Kotsu drivers who've experienced some sort of encounter will take passengers to the different locations where they saw Yurei, as well as other famous haunted locations, like the Sengoku Castle ruins. And the tour lasts around 3 hours. And so the drivers say that a lot of passengers stay at the locations the driver had previously encountered a Yurei for longer than intended in hopes of seeing one themselves. And participants reported that some of the drivers themselves actually did not want to stay at the locations for too long because they were like uncomfortable, spookala it out, what have you. Um, and it's likely that this isn't going to stop. I think we'll continue to hear stories of taxi drivers picking up ghost spirits longing for a way home. And hopefully, those who were tragically lost in those disasters can find peace eventually, once and for all. But in the meantime, if anybody is, heading to Japan and you're brave enough, you can try booking a ghost tour with the taxi drivers.
I would.
I
I
would.
would.
I would take that shit.
And I
Yeah.
don't
And I
care.
would listen. I would listen to all their stories. I wouldn't doubt it. I'd be like, yeah, you probably did see some shit.
Yeah. I'm very interested in that one.
Yeah. And so that's That's the ghost passengers of Japan.
That one was really fucking cool. I'm not even gonna border
Thank
to ask
you.
Japan, are you okay? Because that one I'm fully accept that one.
We like this
This
one.
one's
It's
okay.
okay. This one's acceptable. Um, it was a lot of fun to research it. I wish I could have found like a lot of firsthand accounts,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really find anything except for like the one that was included in that one study that they mentioned with the, am I dead?
What do you
I gotta
mean?
be real. I'd be fucking weirded out if somebody like hailed my cab and they're just standing there and they're sopping wet. I'd be like, the fuck you're getting in my car?
I would deny it.
Yeah,
But at the
sorry. I would just keep going.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
god, that was cool. Good job. That was really cool.
Thank
I
you.
have
It
heard of
was
this
fun.
though, and great job. Really great job. That one very neat.
Thank you. I like I don't know. I think there's something kind of sweet that like it's like the taxi drivers are like Japan's version of like the ferryman of Styx. Like they're just gonna
Mm-hmm.
take these ghost passengers to home or whatever. Like at the same time, I'm like, have any of them experienced the same ghost twice?
I
Although I think there were a lot of lives lost, so maybe
yeah,
not.
and I wonder, like, what if this is just like the final closing piece that they just need to talk to somebody to be able to pass to the final realm or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like, as they're finally nearing their home, they're like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah.
But also, fuck you, and you have to pay my fare.
Please pay my fare so I can get to the afterlife. Oh my
See? I'm telling
god.
you.
That'd be
I'm
cool.
telling you. It's like the
Yeah.
ferryman. So I think it's really interesting. Um, to me, I don't really doubt it. Like, I think it's plausible. That's a massive disaster.
Yeah.
Like, and people's lives just totally wiped out when they 100% weren't expecting it. And
Oh, it was awful. I remember that very well.
yeah, I remember this. Yeah. So, anywho, that's what I got for you.
Well done.
This was a fun
This was.
episode.
I loved this episode.
This was a good
Yeah.
episode. If you guys are enjoying your tours of Japan and Sri Lanka, please let us know. Let us know what you think about each of the topics. Excuse me. And until next time.
Stay strange.